the news of the week, I should say, with a wide receiver commit, Nicholas Anderson, coming into the fold. And of course, this this position group for Oklahoma and what they've done on the recruiting trail for the past 3 or 4 classes has been pretty remarkable.
It really has, Mark. And I know, there was a lot of, I think, concern, I guess, among Oklahoma fans, just trying to understand where Oklahoma would go from a wide receiver side, because they have, we've talked about this a lot, and it's been well chronicled that they've lost three of their high profile commitments from the 2022 class. And it was one of those things that exactly to your point, Mark, I wasn't extremely concerned with this, based on the track record that they've had being able to get big time wide receivers in. And as you mentioned, Nicholas Anderson had been a commit to Oregon. Oklahoma was able to get him flipped and committed to Oklahoma earlier this week. So a big position of need, a 4-star wide receiver out of Texas. Some people know, some people may not know, he's the younger brother of former Oklahoma running back Rodney Anderson. So he's got the lineage in terms of Oklahoma, previous players. And like I said, a position of need. He's the only wide receiver that they have. I would imagine they'll probably go after a couple more from a commitment perspective, but it brings Oklahoma up to number 7 overall on the 247 rankings as of right now. Just kind of looking at that, they've just below Texas, but Oklahoma's got 2 5-stars in this, and they still a ways to go before that's actually completed. But I think they've had a couple of commitments and a couple of pledges over the last 2 or 3 weeks where 2023 was really, really big, in the probably August, September timeframe. And now it's focusing in a little bit more on the 2022 class. So I think that goes without having a quarterback in the class. So I don't know, if Oklahoma's actually going to even look at bringing in a quarterback for this class, but may depend on what happens with Spencer Rattler after the season. But I think right now they're not, but they're in a good position. They've got a ways to go, obviously, for the remainder of the 2022 class, but I think they're in a good position, sitting at number 7 and getting a position of real need.
Nicholas Anderson, rated the 38th best wide receiver in the country coming out of the 2022 class, 38th rated player in the state of Texas. That's according to the 247 Sports Composite, number 237 nationally, standing at 6'3.5". Don't leave off the half inch. 6'3.5", 195 out of Katy, Texas, in the Houston area. And Nicholas Anderson with 29 offers. At some point, you brought up Spencer Rattler possibly being gone, possibly staying in Norman next year. I actually ran a poll on our community page here at the Voice of College Football Oklahoma. I'll look up those results and get those to everyone here as we continue the conversation before we dive into Texas Tech and what lies ahead, and, of course, the college football playoff ranking.